today's class of wave optics. Previously, we discussed something about Huygens principle or the wave nature of light. We have seen that the light could be expressed in terms of particle-like corpuscular theory of Newton's, and it can also be expressed in form of electromagnetic waves. Okay. Like Maxwell equation, which we have already discussed in other chapters, or electromagnetic waves. And the same way, it can also be expressed in terms of vector, okay, like electric vector, magnetic vector, etc., in the vector form. But basically, we deal with the wave nature of light, means Huygens wave principle. We have to proceed that thing only, okay. And with that, we have to study today interference of light. As the name implies, when we call interference, तो क्या मतलब होता है कि जैसे कहते हैं कि भाई तू इनके बाद में इंटरफेयर मत करना, किसी न किसी हिसाब से इंटरफेरेंस कम्स आउट टू बी सम सॉर्ट ऑफ सुपर इम्पोजिशन ऑफ वन थॉट टू अदर. जैसे कोई आदमी कोई सोच रहा है तो उसके ऊपर कोई अपना सोच उसके ऊपर डाले, लाद दे, तो उसमें हम लोग क्या कहते हैं, वो इंटरफेयर कर रहा है. तो ये तो बेसिक मीनिंग है. फिलोसफी हम नहीं जा रहे. We have to discuss the basics of physics. Here, when we call interference of light, it directly comes out from superposition principle. You have seen in class 11 what is superposition principle. That is, when two waves propagate simultaneously in a medium, then the two or more than two waves propagate simultaneously in a medium, then at any point the resultant displacement of a particle will always be equal to the algebraic sum or vector sum of the displacement made by each of such waves. That means we can call y equal to y1 plus y2 plus y3 dot dot dot. Okay, this we can have the general significance of in superposition principle. Well, now let us come to here in the case of light wave, where what we say that if two light waves of same frequency and wavelength with a constant or zero phase difference between them moves in the same direction simultaneously, then due to their superposition or they superimpose on each other, at some points we get the intensity of intensity of light is maximum, and at some point intensity of light is minimum. The maximum minimum intensity regions, they comes alternately. This phenomenon of light is called interference of light. I am again repeating what I say. When two light waves of equal frequency with a constant or zero phase difference between them move simultaneously in the same direction in a medium, then due to their superposition, at some point the intensity of light becomes maximum, and at some point it becomes minimum. That maximum and minimum intensity of light come alternately. Such phenomena of light is called interference of light. Let us come to the main definition. When two light waves of same frequency and having zero or constant phase difference traveling in the same direction, then due to the superposition of waves, the intensity of light becomes maximum at some points and minimum at some other points. The maximum intensity and minimum intensity regions come alternately. This phenomenon of light is called interference of light. तो एक चीज इसमें बिल्कुल क्लियर हो गया कि इंटरफेरेंस के लिए जरूरी क्या है कि दोनों लाइट वेव के फ्रीक्वेंसी एक ही होनी चाहिए, यानी कि दे मस्ट हैव कॉमन वेवलेंथ. ओके, और उन दोनों के बीच एक फिक्स्ड फेज डिफरेंस होगा. तो ये फिक्स्ड फेज डिफरेंस और इक्वल वेवलेंथ वाला मामला जो है, इक्वल वेवलेंथ, ऐसे कोई दो लाइट के इक्वल वेवलेंथ होता नहीं कभी भी. Okay, and how could we generate fixed intensity of light? This is possible if the light is bifurcated into two parts from the same source. अगर एक ही सोर्स से लाइट को हम दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड कर दे तो क्या है, उन दोनों लाइट सोर्स के वेवलेंथ और फ्रिक्वेंसी इक्वल होगा. एक बात तो बिल्कुल क्लियर है. इक्वल वेवलेंथ को हम लोग मोनोक्रोमेटिक भी कहते हैं. दैट वी आल्सो कॉल एज मोनोक्रोमेटिक लाइट. रिमेंबर, the light with equal wavelength are called as monochromatic light. In the same way, they may have equal frequency as well. Okay. At the same time, when we call the light waves to have a constant phase difference, or zero phase difference, such sources of light are called coherent source. Sources of light. इसमें क्या होता है कि फेज डिफरेंस क्या होता है? फेज डिफरेंस इज कांस्टेंट. When we call two coherent sources of same frequency propagate simultaneously in a medium, then due to their superposition at some points they meet in the same phase and at some point they meet in opposite phase. Okay, and with the resultant effect we may have maximum intensity at some points and we may have minimum intensity at some other points. That phenomena of light is called interference of light. It is totally a wave phenomenon of light. Okay. The most important experiment which can describe the interference was given by Young, that we call as Young's double slit experiment. So Young's double slit. Next we call the Young's double slit experiment. You can see this is first wave. S is the main source of light, and there are some you can see wave fronts are there, spherical wave fronts. You can see some dotted and some direct lines. Dotted and some direct lines, I can just verify that what does it mean if I write like this and this, and just making it enlarged so that you can have very easily consider what is the significance of that. Suppose this gives the crest, then this gives trough, this gives again crest and again trough. That trough will again be given by this dotted line. And this is how we space, but within the smaller thing, if we have to give a larger thing, naturally we have to make it small. That is why I am explaining the same thing. This S is the main source of light, and S1, S2 are two narrow slits. Narrow slits mean narrow gap, they are very close to each other. They are placed nearby. Okay, they are placed like this. And when we have this thing, then this light will pass through this system by means of Huygens principle in the form of wave front. And here new wavelets are produced. New wavelets are produced at S1, S2. Again, a set of new wave fronts will move. And wherever crest come, somewhere where the dark lines are there, where crests are there, where dotted lines are there, where troughs are there. Why I am talking about crest and trough? Why not the compensatory reflection? Because we have to discuss light, and we have said in previous case that light is in fact transverse in nature. Light wave is transverse in nature. That is why I am talking about crest and trough. Okay, and here you can see that this is the dotted line, and here trough is there, and this dark line is your this crest. And here you can see when we divide the same light into two parts by means of splitting it through two slits, S1 and S2. Slits क्या है? पतले पतले झिर्रियों को स्लिट कहते हैं. आप एक ब्लेड से एक कार्डबोर्ड को पतले से झिर्री बना दे, हल्का से उसके ऊपर एक ब्लेड चला दे, तो जो बन जाएगा उसको ऐसे दिखेगा नहीं. लेकिन लाइट के ऊपर देखो पतले से point line दिखेगा. That point line is your called slit. What I am talking about, I am just repeating it again. How you construct the slit? Just take a small piece of cardboard and then take two razor, with which you shave, you make your shaving. And now suppose after having that two razor, they are placed very close to each other, and tie them with a rubber band. And then you just make a common scratch on that cardboard. If you have to, while making the scratch, you have to give a little press on it. You have to press that plates so that proper holes, very close slits are rectangular slits are produced. When we use such rectangular slits and then we place some laser light behind it, then you can see some vertical dark and bright fringes are obtained on the screen which is nearby. तो यहाँ पर भी वैसे सिस्टम कुछ बनता है. यहाँ पर क्या है कि ये ओरिजिनल लाइट है and these are two slits, narrow slits. Through this light splits into two parts, and again secondary wavelets are produced, and by which again new wavefronts are there, and their wavefronts interfere with each other. Where two dark and dark meet together, देखिए यहाँ पर dark and dark meet कर रहा है. यहाँ पर देख सकते हैं, जहाँ पर जिसको कि हमने ब्लू लाइन से दिखाया, ये एक P2 एक आपको लाइट दिखेगा. यहाँ पर ये स्क्रीन है, दिस इज स्क्रीन. यहाँ पर देखिए जो ग्रीन आपको दिखता है, ये यहाँ पर क्या है, एक डॉटेड है और एक डार्क लाइन वहाँ पर वो मिल रहा है, यानी कि एक का क्रेस्ट दूसरे का ट्रफ से मिल रहा है. तो यहाँ पर भी एक दूसरा फ्रिंज या दूसरा इंटरफेरेंस पैटर्न P1 मिल रहा है. सेंटर में यहाँ पर दोनों आपके डार्क डायरेक्ट वाले डार्क वाले मिल रहे हैं, तो वहाँ पर O कहेंगे, सेंट्रल फ्रिंज या सेंट्रल रीजन. Similarly, here also, this side also, there will be large number of infinite number of such things, whatever be the limit of resolution. You can see बहुत सारे आपको लाइन दिखेगा, बट उसको आपको देखना नहीं, कुछ लाइन को देखना काफी है. Central one is the point where we have two crests meet together. एक वेव का दूसरे वेव के ट्रफ एक साथ मिल रहा है. जैसे मान लीजिए ये एक दिया हुआ है, तो अगर इसी के साथ एक दूसरा ऐसे मिले, तो यू कैन सी दिस इज क्रेस्ट एंड सेकंड वन इज आल्सो क्रेस्ट. तो ये क्रेस्ट पे एक साथ मिलेगा, तो दिस रिजल्ट इनटू अ पॉइंट से बी. अगर ये वाला पॉइंट देखते हैं जहां पर कि एक का ट्रफ, ये जो डॉटेड वाला है ट्रफ, और ये वाला क्रेस्ट, ये एक साथ मिलते हैं, दिस विल कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग टू D. ये B और D क्या है? B फॉर ब्राइट एंड D फॉर डार्क. जहाँ पर मैक्सिमम इंटेंसिटी ऑफ लाइट मिलेगा, वहाँ पर आपको ब्राइट लाइट मिलेगा, और जहाँ पर मिनिमम इंटेंसिटी ऑफ लाइट मिलेगा, वहाँ पर उसको डार्क लाइट मिलेगा, यानी कि डार्क जोन एंड ब्राइट जोन. The dark zone and bright zone, they are parallel to this slit. Therefore, parallel lines are obtained on the screen, which we call as fringes. उसको हम लोग अगले लेक्चर्स में देखेंगे, जहाँ फ्रिंज विड्थ निकालेंगे, लेकिन इस लेक्चर में हम लोग यही जानेंगे. They are just called interference pattern. What is this? This is actually the screen. This is actually the screen on which we are getting the interference pattern. And this B for bright and this for dark. We can see when they meet in same phase, crest and crest together, then we get bright point. When crest and trough together, तब क्या हो जाएगा? यहाँ पे एक का crest दूसरे के trough के साथ मिल रहा है, then we have opposite phase. This is dark. When crest and crest meet together, then this is your again bright fringe, and so on. Therefore, we have seen that the dark and bright phases are obtained alternately. This is what we have, the direct experimental demonstration of interference of light by means of this Young's double slit experiment. Let me discuss the conditions of constructive and destructive interference. अच्छा, अब constructive and destructive interference क्या हो गया? अब देखिए, जो interference आपको दिख रहा है, ये तो interference ही है. जहाँ पर आपको ब्राइट लाइट मिलेगा, तो उसका इंटेंसिटी निकालने वाला जो इंटेंसिटी होगा, उसके कंडीशन को कहेंगे इंटेंसिटी ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्टिव इंटरफेरेंस. जहाँ पर डार्क फ्रिंज बन रहा है, उसके कंडीशन, उसमें इंटेंसिटी के कंडीशंस को बताने के लिए व्हाट वी कॉल एज कंडीशन ऑफ डार्क फ्रिंज. आई एम अगेन रिपीटिंग, व्हेन वी हैव द इंटरफेरेंस लाइक दिस, and in that way, when bright and when they are in the same phase, two light waves are, two coherent light sources are in the same phase, then we have the maximum intensity, and the condition to get maximum intensity is called the condition for getting constructive interference. In the same way, the places where we have the waves meet in opposite phase, there we have the dark area, or what we call dark interference pattern, and that corresponding to The condition for getting that is known as condition for destructive interference. We have to remove the entire word, so the mathematical step have to be written. Yes, now this is the condition of destructive interference. Before that, first we have to find out the resultant displacement. How? Suppose at any point P, the displacement of two coherent sources of light are y1 equal to a1 sin omega t, because we have already said frequency same, तो दोनों के लिए ओमेगा है, लेकिन दोनों के बीच फेज डिफरेंस है फाई. ये y1 है, ये y2. एक ही पार्टिकल का एक ही पॉइंट में दो वेव के कारण डिस्प्लेसमेंट दी है. तो बाय मीन्स ऑफ सुपरपोजिशन प्रिंसिपल दे हैव टू बी एडेड टू गेट द रिजल्टेंट डिस्प्लेसमेंट. वी हैव दिस थिंग. तो a sin omega t plus this much we get is your sin within bracket omega t plus phi. Remember, this is your omega t plus phi. Okay, and we have to just expand this a to within bracket sin omega t cos phi plus cos omega t sin phi, and we take sin omega t together and cos omega t separately, and with that thing we take a1 a2 cos phi at a cos theta and a2 sin phi as a sin theta. If we put them here, we get this expression: a cos theta sin omega t plus a sin theta cos omega t, a common, and a sin omega t plus theta. This is our resultant displacement, which is a harmonic wave. Very clear. That means alternate system is already there. Well, now we have to find out the resultant amplitude. Resultant amplitude से resultant intensity आएगा. तो resultant amplitude के लिए क्या, इनको स्क्वायर करके ऐड करेंगे. From equation 2 and 3 we have to square them both sides and then add. We get this thing, and ultimately sin square theta cos square theta terms will get 1. Here also cos square phi and sin square phi will get 1, and ultimately we have a square equal to a1 square plus a2 square plus 2 a1 a2 cos phi. ये चीज आ जाएगा आपका. तो ये है इक्वेशन नंबर 5. दिस इज द स्क्वायर ऑफ एम्पलीट्यूड, रिजल्टेंट एम्पलीट्यूड. रिमेंबर, but we know intensity of light is proportional to square of amplitude. That means this can be written as k into a square. तो मैंने दोनों तरफ k से मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया, इधर भी. तो here each term will multiply by k. तो यहाँ पर भी k आ जाएगा, यहाँ पर भी k आएगा, यहाँ पर भी k आएगा, यहाँ पर भी k. तो यहाँ पर √k कर देते. तो we have this type of thing, √k1 ka1 √ka2 cos phi. Ultimately we have this formation. This is your equation number 6. This is the resultant intensity term of two interfering coherent waves of light. Remember, from this only we can get the condition whether we are getting constructive interference or we are getting destructive interference, or whether we are getting the dark fringe or bright fringe. So since space is less, we have to remove upper part and leave this part so that we can get that. For constructive interference, cos phi have to be 1. 1 कब होगा? When it is equal to cos 2 n phi, where n is 0, 1, 2, 3, 1. जब ये होगा तब ये कंस्ट्रक्टिव है. कैसे होगा? यहाँ पर I1 equal to suppose we have minimum is n equal to 0. तो कोई भी एक रखेंगे, अगर n equal to आप 0 रख देंगे तो और n equal to 0 होगा तो cos 2 pi cos 0 1, n equal to 1 होगा तो cos 2 pi again 1. तो we have I equal to I1 plus I2 plus 2 under root I1 I2 2 under root I1 into I2. That means I is equal to under root I1 plus I2 whole square. This is the resultant of your intensity. At the same time, when we know that relation between path difference and phase difference, delta x equal to uh, 2 pi by, sorry, pi by 2 pi, pi by 2 pi into lambda. This is the phase difference, you know, okay. And you know that this is your phase difference, delta x. तो क्या हो जाएगा 5/2 pi into this. इसकी जगह में ये रख देंगे, तो 2n pi upon 2 pi lambda, n lambda हो जाएगा. Therefore path difference for constructive interference here is 0, lambda, 2 lambda, 3 lambda, etc. This is phi. That means phi must be equal to 0, 2 pi, 4 pi, 6 pi, and so on. This is phi. This is phi. For constructive interference, the phase difference must be 0, 2 pi, 4 pi, 6 pi, 8 pi, etc. And for constructive interference, the path difference will be 0, lambda, 2 lambda, 3 lambda, and so on. So A is a condition जब path difference और phase difference का होगा, then we have maximum intensity of light, that we call as constructive interference. Okay, so in the same way, for destructive interference, cos phi must be -1, that is ये हो जाएगा cos 2n plus 1 phi, where n equal to 0 or 1, 2, 3, so on. That means phi equal to जब 0 होगा तो पाई हो जाएगा, 3 पाई हो जाएगा, 5 pi, 7 pi, and so on. Okay, and when we place that here, the path difference delta x must be equal to 5/2 pi, 5/2 pi into lambda. That means here we have either this thing, yes, 2n pi, we write 2n plus 1 5/2 pi into lambda, 2n plus 1/2 lambda. That means अगर ये 0 होगा तो lambda by 2, 3 lambda by 2, 5 lambda by 2, 7 lambda by 2, etc. For such cases, you can see that we have cos phi equal to -1. -1 comes only when we have 2n plus 1 into 5. Where n equal to 0, तो cos phi -1 होता है. यहाँ पर माइनस में हो जाएगा, cos 2 भी यही हो जाएगा. The resultant intensity will be equal to how much? I equal to I1 plus I2 minus 2 I1 I2, I1 I2, and that means I equal to under root I1 minus I2 whole square. This is what we have, the resultant amplitude, resultant intensity for constructed interference. For destructive interference, where we get dark fringes, where path difference will always be either lambda by 2, 3 lambda by 2, 5 lambda by 2, and so on. Okay, like this, and the phase difference will be pi, 3 pi, 5 pi, 7 pi, etc. So this is how we have taken constructive and destructive interference. These are the conditions for constructive and destructive interference. In our next lecture, we will discuss in detail what is fringe width and how we determine fringe width by means of Young's double slit experiment. That is totally in qualitative and quantitative way. And also we will have some little thing about the concept of diffraction. Okay, with that we have completed today. Thank you.